Hello, I hope you're well. Welcome to another video. And if you didn't see my last one, I just did a short video about asking you what you wanted to see more of on the channel this year, so we can avoid any mistakes that were made last year. So if you haven't seen that one, please have a quick watch and then let me know what you would like to see. We'll be still doing the can't get my words out, the predictions. So that's not going away at all. There'll be a few of them a week at least. But I want to, as always, add in a couple of other things. So if you're interested, let me know. Let me know what you would like to see more of. I've had some people who've given me tons of comments, and I'm going to go round. I really can't get my words out today. I wonder what that says. Tongue-tied, some people, and not speaking their truth usually as well. I'm finding it difficult. So anyway, please take a look at that and give me a comment as to what you would like to see. And those of you who have commented, and there's some really helpful suggestions there, I'm going to come back to you. I'm having a think about everything, so don't worry, I will reply to you. So thank you very much. Okay, so it's a little bit odd today. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to say. So I'm just going to give you the purity of the message as usual, because I know some of you just don't like my experiences, whatever, even though they are part of the message. So I shall do them afterwards. And remember, they speak in the language of imagery. And the idea is not to scare, but to inform. So we can try and get off these timelines and change a few things. And yeah, so that's what we are going to be doing. Before I get going as well, I'm still finishing off my and Pure Angelic website where you can get angel coaching, angel communication coaching, things like that, and some angel readings. I'm going to have quite a few different ones. Eventually, angel healing with the angels. But you can do that. So I'm got some packages I'm working out. If you want more information at the moment, please contact me. I'm still doing the psychic development coaching. If you are interested in that, you can check out the website. I do a straight spiritual reading on there as well, if you're interested in that. And all payments will be taken through PayPal now, and not any other way, no PayPal or anything like that, because this works out so much better and it's easier for you because it just regulates everything off the website, and you don't have to keep coming to me. So okay, anyway, let's get going then. I've been asked to put on the necrometer as well. Oh, I thought my phone had just died there, shouldn't it? Right, so I'm going to put that on. Okay, now I'm going to have it on text and speech. Okay. Oh, Tom, we've got a Tom. Okay, so if anybody, there's a Tom here. So I've just been asked to do that. I may not get any sound out of it. I don't unless I have my headphones on, which is really weird. But there's some problems with the app on certain phones. So yeah, and I'm being asked to light a candle just to, it's attached to an item. Something's attached to an item. Okay. Lampoon. These are all relevant. They have been popping up, all these words. I've done them the last couple of mornings, and the messages have been coming through throughout the day, and the words have been repeated. So I'm just going to ask for some nice little lights coming over there. I think it was just the it's on the camera. As for protection, as I give this message go down. As for protection, as I give these messages out, because I get a lot of interference when I do it. So we've got the candle going. Okay, here we go. So these are the words I got. Then I'll describe some of the images I saw, and we'll go down. Oh my God, somebody's standing here. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, you're really strong. Oh, okay. All right, so as always, if you're new here, please bear in mind we get full-on apparitions, we get noises confirming things I say, we get lights flashing, we get all sorts of weird things. So men in black, yeah, spirits, okay, and aliens. I've been told a lot of great aliens are working with me, and some other stuff, but we'll get to that. Okay, so I got a war is coming, the likes never seen before. Timing is essential. Negotiations must begin. A round table of brave knights. So that to me sounds like some negotiations is going to go on. World negotiations. I'm getting who now? I don't know. The angelic kingdoms await your response. The magician will see you now. So and now I was listening to Sledgehammer song by what's she called? Oh, every time I'm channeling I can't remember things. And you know the singer. Oh my goodness. She did it for the Star Trek movie. And I played it non-stop when my mother died. Oh my goodness. Sledgehammer anyway. I'll remember. It's somebody so obvious. I can see it, but I can't the name. I've seen a serpent coiled around me, and then I played the song Crazy and Tuvite. And the reason I have to tell you of those songs because it was obviously a message because my guide was singing it to me. So, and singing it through me. So it was really weird. Then I got the White Cliffs of Dover, which I see an awful lot in these world messages. Then I saw Newton standing here. Obviously about gravity. So, right, there's a lot come out here. We've got secret, 2 o'clock, complaint, decimation. Sorry for the noise. And that person's getting stronger here. So I don't know if you can see them. Okay. So I don't know why Newton's popping up. Then I could see what they show me in this other realm, and with these old type. They were like all, I don't know, I've never seen them before. They were missiles, but they were like big things. And they were aimed at somewhere. Missiles are prepared to be fired. Then I saw the plane thing again. The number 7, I've got stab, the number 7. There's a stabbing going to take place apparently. Great, we really want to hear that. We're going to have something nice for a change. The number 7. 5 spirits. Okay. Then I saw the nuns. I saw a lot of nuns. I see a lot of nuns. And they were trying to drag this plane. They get this plane back on its feet and moving again. It's stuck. Now this is there's something to do with spiritual religion. A lot of religion because I saw a lot of priests at one point as well. Like they're all in robes and they're all in their gear. Very much sort of Church of England and Catholic. I didn't see anybody else, but something to do with religions. Round table, negotiating round table. Then I had words said to me: Pegasus, the horse Pegasus, sea battle, and then I heard Houthi experiment. We watch and disable for the good of all. Lebanon waits to fall in the coming months. Alien visitations on the increase. Beware, more abductions to come, or possible. That's what I got. Now, this was very interesting, and I have to tell you the imagery I got with it. No, I won't. I'll tell you at the end, actually. Nephilim come to protect me, for some reason, and to help guide the collective, which I thought was kind of odd, and unity for the good of all. It's all about bringing in people who seem to be who've been villains in spirituality at times as well, all around the table for unity. Okay, now we've got 5 o'clock. Okay, aliens walk amongst you and are born within you. They are unknown that they're being born. So got their abilities are coming online and will be more noticeable. So there's going to be a noticeable difference. Remember, we're all chosen to do a role here. Nobody's better than the other, but there's something about the star beings that are being born. I don't know what it is. I'm not getting the full thing, but it's a feeling that I don't know, my screen's gone dark. That they're not born in the usual way. There's something about the process of them coming to the earth that way. Okay, getting a lot of little email interruptions here. Maybe a reference. Then I heard the song "Human" by Rag and Bone Man. Oh, when I had the Nephilim, the giant, they made me go on to Giant by him as well. So these songs, if you want to look them up, they are relevant to the message. Then I heard Pompeii, and then what they said in that Doctor Who episode, Volcano Day. I'm saying a lot of things like that about volcanoes, and we've had a lot of predictions before Christmas and that about volcanoes going off, which has happened in earthquake. A lot about earthquakes because the continental plates are shifting. That's what I've been told. So then I got alien craft coming from the water, and we're talking different to what's been seen already, like proper craft, not so much these little gimbals. So then I saw light in a dark scene. It was like as if God was shining a light down on the dark scene. It said the revelation of God 2, and then reference to the Revelations 2 through to 3. There is a priest standing next to me with a oh my goodness. Wait, I'll tell you what I've just got. With a, I don't know what to call it, with a cross on the acceptor there. I'm not sure. I heard something about that. We have just got positive and then flight. I think this is about flight as in people fleeing somewhere as well, but it's also, they're showing me the plane flight. Okay. Oh, great. Crash and burn. I don't. So I don't know. And then I got watch this space, and then a mighty explosion and a large surprise. And then it was followed by the curtain falls. The man who fell to earth becomes the woman who fell to earth. Many of them. So it's an influx of divine feminine souls coming in to address the balance. And I've got the judge will see you now. I saw a lot of steam trains. And then someone draws tremendous energy from the planet and from its souls. And that's where it stopped. So, now I've got to sit down. Okay, so we'll go on to the images. I've got a very funny story for you about who I saw last night. I think her energy is relevant for some reason, but I shall tell you it's an old film star who died. I was amazed. But that's coming at the end. Okay, so the war. I'm getting that this is a war with nature. Correct. Okay. A lot to do with these continental plates shifting. I may start talking very fast, so forgive me. There's a lot about when I saw this plane. It was being pulled by a whole load of nuns, as in it was having to be dragged somewhere. You know when they attach ropes? I've seen it done. I think there was an episode of Airwolf years ago where they had to get the helicopter Airwolf from somewhere, and these kids and the woman who had been flying it. We've got Kyle here. Sit down, expect Kyle. Who is Kyle? I don't know if that's relevant. This is all for world stuff, so yeah. But if it resonates with you, great. Okay. If it resonates with you personally, it's meant to reach you. But they're pulling at the rope, and it was really weird because I see a lot of nuns. I've seen them standing. I was told I was a nun in a previous life, which explains a lot. That kind of thing. But it looked like that. I don't know if you've seen that ASMR with that nun who died. She does the Catholic, not that I've told you we're into faith here, but I listen to a lot of ASMR, and for some reason it popped up. And it's quite relaxing, and I'm not that way inclined. Well, my dad's Catholic, and I'm Church of England. And I've told you about all the different, we've got grandmother and Methodist went to a Baptist church. We've got atheists. We've got people who believed Jesus was a spaceman. Everything in my family, okay? And I go my own way. and I'm very into faith. I've even watched rabbis on YouTube who've given me great help, and that's how interfaith is supposed to work. They take the best out of each faith to help you with a problem, and I'm a big believer in that. So, and I think that's what they're trying to push forward from the, from the angelic realms, and that this unity, this message of unity. I all I want to do is that, and it's this big ball that I'm shown with the energy in. So we've got a Virginia here as well. Virginia, hang on. So is this Virginia? Yeah, there was a tap. When I had the thought in my head, there was a tap. This is Virginia in the US. Riots. Possible riots because of a court case coming up. Matthews versus Taylor, something like that. There's something. Mob influence. Because they're showing me it's a book that I saw in Waterstones the other day. I've seen that name totally wrong. So, something to do with crime boss. That's Virginia. It's coming up in February. Okay, deceased. Yeah, deceased. Something to do with the Oh, okay. So we're talking here about a case. Something to do. Somebody suing somebody about a coma. Somebody who's been in a coma and they want to keep them alive, but they can't. There's some sort of private prosecution, but it's going to raise ethical issues for people to think about as a collective. And I've got diplomat. Deceased diplomat. I'm not getting anything more on that. We've got that the Earth has been out of balance with all of its, I'm being told, laws of physics, gravity. Pockets of non-gravity. I don't know. I'm not a physicist, so I can't. A round table of brave knights. This guy standing here. I've seen so many people in robes, white robe schemes. Sorry, I was finishing off. This is what happens to me when I'm channeling. But that nun from the ASMR Catholic channel, she was one of the nuns pulling this plane. Very odd. And I mean, we had the plane crash in Japan. Again, my heart goes out to everyone. And if you didn't watch the previous video, which is just about, it's not about predictions or anything, the day before it happened, they showed me the plane outside. It freaks the hell out of me. I'm not kidding. Well, if you could see this giant ghost plane in the sky, nobody else can see, just you. And now you can, it's so detailed, you can see all the windows. And it was like tilted like that. And what I noticed about the plane in Japan, and it's not the plane that I talk about, because that I've talked about in previous things, that's supposedly in the southern hemisphere. But this one, all right, I have to tell you them as they come, because it doesn't keep them. It doesn't keep the words. 19, absolutely record. So yeah, with this one, I noticed when it really scared me. It was tilted. It had fallen, obviously, because it was on fire, and it was sort of tilted like that on the runway. That gave me the chills. I see too many planes, and I'm supposed to be flying next month, and I haven't flown since 2007 because of being ill with fits and stuff. I was going to do a short flight to Prague. I'm not so sure now. But they'll stop me anyway. I was supposed to go earlier. I was supposed to go in January, and I mean, Prague had that, the shooting, wasn't it? Stabbing, I can't remember, in the street. Chase, we're getting. So I don't know if I was stalled from going the first time, because we had to change the dates because some stuff came up. So Yeah, very interesting. White Cliffs. Now, I usually see planes crashing at the White Cliffs, but I'm just seeing the White Cliffs. It's like marking out a boundary for the UK where I am. There's something about, I know the Angelics have told me the borders are protected, as in, but this is from attack, from missile attack, from sea battle, from the from ships at sea, surprise attack. Armada, like the Armada. All right. Okay, so there are supposed to be now the Russians keep testing our airspace ever since the I've forgotten the Skipal, is it? No, Skipal. Oh, the guy who died of plutonium poisoning because we won't give up on that. It's a murder and we shouldn't. Um, we won't try and stop, getting those responsible. And no way they're going to give up on it. So they keep testing our airspace to have a go and we repel them back. Repel them, you know what I mean? And this time I'm told it's from fishing boats because there is a rumour that Russians have been on the fishing boats, the GRU or whatever they call them. They're special forces, and they've been in the North Sea. There are reports of that. Okay, by the way, before I go on, we've got Chase watching television, close portal. Oh, now the candle went like that all of a sudden. What, they're coming through my TV or somebody else has got a lot of people? Ah, all right, dark forces coming through. Okay, close the portal. That's from somewhere. I'm seeing, where is it? It's, oh, okay, other places where the governments, there are dark portals and there are people coming through these portals from the other realms and dimensions. Okay, so yeah, testing the airspace, but I'm getting that it's a small armada of these ships, but they're disguised as fishing boats, and they're going to be like missiles. I don't know if there's going to be diplomat. There's going to be some odd diplomacy going on. There's going to be some odd. There's going to be contention, and it's going to be like a warning shot. But we'll deal with it. And somebody's put yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, but there are definite portals with that, and that's how these people are coming in, and these are from other dimensions, alien people who are influencing and whispering in people's ears. We've had that before. Okay, a lot of alien influences. I don't like the idea of this abductions. That's how they're doing it. Yeah, and a lot of abduction stories about people coming through. Let's see what else. So that's on the increase. Take me. What else would you like to go more on? They are cutting me down on my time on here because I have been having a horrendous fit for the last few days. Oh, this is creepy, isn't it? So, oh, there's a shadow just going over there. Oh, that's really weird. He is here, and there was a shadow going there. Who's he? Who is he? The Emperor. They've been showing me a lot of the Star Wars thing, me in white robes. The best one, though, that they showed me for these messages was me in the Colosseum in Rome. Oh, Nicholas. Awful. Nicholas. He's here, Nicholas. This is somebody who's taking on a role in a government who is not who they seem. All right, they're oh, David Icke and their reptilian thing. Oh, I don't like getting into all that, but impress. Oh, awful. Yeah, they impress the right people. They say the right things, but they're actually doing something nefarious. They won't tell me which government it is, so that's too dangerous. So there is somebody here though that is definitely affecting things. Now there are people who are sent. You might not believe it, but there are people who are sent to cause disruption and whatever, so that it's for the benefit of us that we see things. But that's not what I'm talking about. This is about somebody who shouldn't be there, who their role is nefarious. That's what I'm being told. Anything else? They impress people. They may be called Nicholas, I don't know. But yeah, Pompeii. Pompeii, Volcano Day. I saw a lot. Oh my god, that's creepy. President. Oh, okay. So it's impressing a president. As far as I'm gonna see, the curtain falls. Now, the other night, and this is relevant, okay? Again, I've told you how I can see what's going on in here, even when I'm in my room in the middle of the night. To the point I can see spirits trying to come through the door, and I've actually thought I want to get up and stop them. And I've been told, no, it's fine, I can't get in. But I see a hive of activity around here at night. Men in black sitting here, whatever. I could see my guide sitting here, and it was like the colours of the black suit and that they look different. Okay, we've got something about the Louvre here. Oh yes. Now in the previous one, sorry, this is how I'm having to do it. In the previous message you had about the Louvre and the pyramids on the top, that there were going to be attacks and there was something to do with the Louvre, so you may want to watch that one. I'll put a link at the end. We definitely had that. Something about the Louvre. 2 paintings going to be stolen as well, or destroyed. 2 stolen, 2 destroyed. Okay, vendetta. Anyway, that's not on there. That just came out my mouth. So the curtain falls. I go back to that one. So I could see him there. Now it's so weird. It's like they've taken physical form, but you can tell they're not of this world. And the colours are different, and the black suit and everything. And you're sitting here, and I could just see this red curtain along there. There's a lot about closing off things. So it's kind of odd. It's very seen a lot of steam trains, a lot of explosions, and what scared me was the explosions were going through me. So a lot of the volcano. Right, I'm getting Alice now. I get Alice a lot. Now this is about they're prompting me here because when I get these messages, I go astral traveling, and I go through all of these tunnels, and I see all of this stuff, and white rabbit, white rabbit, white rabbit. Sorry. That's what you normally say at the beginning of the month, which I didn't do actually. So I've done it now for good luck. But the white rabbit from Alice, now I have one on my tree, which I've taken everything else down, but I haven't had the energy to take the tree down. So it's still over there, but it's like the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland with the time. I'm late for a very important date. So we've got Alice. We've got Emma after that. Okay. These names may become relevant at some point through the next week, I'm being told. So there's a lot of things I see in I see a lot of people watching from the other side. They're watching everything that goes on. They're watching what's going on in the industry. I'm getting the people like the military. I see lots of military, non-human. Emma is non-human. Non-human. The number 2. Okay. I wish you'd speak. Can you speak? Too many. Too many. Too many people to speak, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. But these explosions going through me have been really, really scary. But I'm there for a very important date. There's an important date coming up that people have forgotten about that needs to come to the forefront. People have forgotten about this date. Should be in the calendar. I just heard naughty things are being whispered in the president's ear. They're not very good. I'm not saying this is the US. I'm not saying it's anywhere. I'm just Nicholas. Correct. Left leg. Very odd. But I get a lot of things being closed off. I see a lot of spirits standing, waiting in these fields. They're, I mean, I can see them over there now. And they're waiting for something. I see the 144,000. A lot of women in the 144,000. I don't know what these revelations are. I'm going to look them up later. I haven't had time because I do the channeling, pre-channeling, and then I have to come straight on, I'm told. So lots of things being closed off in these things, but a lot of people watching. It's like a lot of priests sitting in a cinema. It's like they're watching us as if we are a film. That's some of the impressions I get. They're watching what is happening, what is unfolding. We're all in a giant movie. Great. Did I get cast now? I'm trying to remember all the other things. There are so many things I can't actually describe to you that I see. It's going to be more and more. That's why my energy's being disrupted. Erasure. That's a pop group. Loved it. Sometimes. That was a song I loved. Erasure. Oh, I think Erasure is returning. Sounds like the pop group. Fantastic. I love them. That's a random message. Or the return. They've shown me very space, being on a spacecraft, very Star Wars. And the one thing that I saw, I don't know if this is a message from my personal journey, but if I'm telling you, it may be for yours as well. I think it's doing a lot of shadow work. They've shown me so many references to Star Wars. I've got Top here, Top of the Pops, maybe. I don't know. Oh, that would be lovely. Erasure return, top. Oh, to get to the top, maybe. I don't know. This could be something else that I don't know about. I think you can see this guy on my bookshelf. Made me lose my train of thought now. Oh yeah, so it's like Star Wars, and I've had a lot of shadow work to do, and I've been provoked a lot from my guides and tested, and at times I've got very angry about it, and that can happen. And it's like they showed me Star Wars, but like where the Empress is, but it wasn't the Emperor, it was me, but I was all in white and cream, which is, thankfully, it's good to know. But my guide was dressed up, appeared as a stormtrooper, and took his helmet off, and I could see him. And then he changed. He thought he was Han Solo. He's not. But that kind of thing. So I don't. All right, and they're referring me to the program I didn't watch last night that they found for me. Rebel Moon. I didn't think it was any good. I've been writing again, and sometimes when I write, I watch things and it's like I just see the acting, I can't see the story. So I'm probably going to have to give that another go. If you've seen it, let me know and tell me what you think. It's on Netflix. But it's that kind of thing. It's almost like, okay, people within, there are plants, but people, something about false. Something's false. There are people within groups that others think are with them and with their cause, but they're not. They're planted there. They're deliberately astral plane. So this is happening in many dimensions because this war, this battle, this spiritual battle is being fought on many different planes, astral planes. So and worlds. So there are people all over that are undercover, that's what I'm looking for, spies, whatever, doing their job to thwart what is going on. Okay, so very interesting. Lots of divine feminine coming in, a lot of that. Still get this little prism, this pyramid that they carry. I'm getting this on focus. Fire a gun. We all need someone to lean on. I can't remember the name of the group, but I can see them, and I loved it. And I always thought her dancing was rubbish in the video, and it just looks so out of tune. The number 2 again is coming up. We've had that a lot, haven't we? That's 2. That's bonding together, and I'm getting that's to do with being integrating with yourself, the shadow and the light. It's all to help the world. Remember, it's knock-on effect. So a lot of you will be doing shadow work at the moment, or you have been doing shadow work, which is to help the world. Focus, fire gun. We all need someone to lean on. It's about keeping the focus on what you're doing. There is a focus, is a continued effort and focus on trying to get everybody elevated so they can get to this 5D stance. Those who don't are leaving the planet or don't want to, have decided to leave the planet. Because it just doesn't agree with some people, just don't agree with it. It doesn't gel with them. Remember, your soul is in charge, which is why when I get up there and I see that higher self, oh, she's in trouble. So yeah. What was that? Something tapped. Why are you tapping? Just to confirm. Okay. So yes, empath. Yeah, empath. I think a lot of you are suffering at the moment. What else do you want to say? Now, I don't know if this is the spirit who can't spell it, but I think they can't spell it. I'm just going to show you. Dear me. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. So, that's very odd. Okay. So I've got too much stuff coming at me. Can you just tell me which one you want me to do? The judge will see you now. Judgment has befallen the earth. Others come to assess it and take away valuables, as in resources, and to strip. Mining. Okay, so that's people from the outside, and they're showing me a little spacecraft hovering around here. Inventing. It's like there's a lot of they would pinpoint. There are a lot of people in I've got inventing unceremonious. A lot of people in organisations and industries that are going through places and trying to get what they want. They are fooling people as to what they want. They're actually alien. Okay. So a lot of steam trains. I don't know what that's about, but I see a lot of steam trains in these travellings. Pompeii. They want to keep saying Pompeii volcano day approaches. More eruptions. Iceland, I'm getting again. More eruptions. More shifting of tectonic plates. More shifting. It's almost like the Earth's trying to reorganize itself as it evolves. We've got targets here, targeting resources. Having to keep up a bit today. Crash and burn. Stock market crash and burn is coming up. That's definitely coming. I'm seeing the stock market with all the little targeted companies. I don't know if some new rules are coming in and targeting certain companies. I have this for years. I'm going to break up massive companies, but targeting companies. And this explosion, I did not like this explosion because it was going up through me. And show me a tank. I can hear the tank. That's usually an indication of land war for me. We got that with the Gauls, I think. Hezbollah, there's a lot of trouble. They keep Hezbollah, Qatar. They don't tell everything. That's all I get. They don't tell everything of what they're doing. A lot of messages coming in, a lot of communication coming in. A world crisis erupts. In the next 14 days, it will be unexpected. The nature of it is not known at this point. I'm getting like telex. Oh, I've got negative here. Negative entities are causing this crisis. They don't even know what it is yet. There's just a build-up of something. Negativity that's going to cause a bit of a crisis. This is they'll let us know when there's more. There's something. I'm getting 12 to 14 days. Something crash and burn. It's almost like these little skirmishes we get going around the world. Once one thing falls, it moves on. Stab victim. Stab. I don't know if I've got somebody come through about stab victim. That young lad, I'm seeing his face who got stabbed on New Year's. We want to speak. Who wants to speak? Who put a light on the best stirred? All right, speak away then. Oh, and that ear splitting me. Okay, well, you can speak through that when I'm telling about the Nephilim. So, go back to the being in the Colosseum. Now, I've been told this before by someone that I am trying to fight through a lot of things and they see me as a gladiator, or part of me is fighting the other half like a gladiator. That's not what I was saying. I was saying me there with a sword and a shield and I was going to fight someone, but all of a sudden, these huge giants, and I could see them appear behind me here in my mind on this occasion, huge, came up and stood in front of me. And then Nephilim, and then when I was told to play that song "Giant" by Rag and Bone Man, these giants, they came and they want to be heard. Okay. Ear splittingly, improbably. But they do want to be heard. Red curtain. Sorry, my mind has come with so many messages. That's got to be like the Soviet Union. The red curtain. It's the Iron Curtain, but red curtain. Hmm. Anyway, you may find a lot of false people around you. It's like you'll be opening your eyes and seeing who's false around you and who's actually playing you for a fool. Where that came from. I'm starting to see a couple of people. I had to tell you that, so excuse me. Come on, have to have a drink. Right, I've got two more pieces of information and then I have to stop. Okay, where do you want me to go? The Houthi, Lebanon. Multiple spirits. Alright, we're in the camps finding out where they're going to strike next. That's not upstairs. I don't think it's the heating. It may be, but I don't know. It doesn't usually do that anyway. People trying to get in. Oh, multiple spirits. Alexis, Donald. These may be people that you know. Donald. Alexis. Donald Trump. Donald Trump's alive, but it may be a reference to him. I don't know. I'm not getting anything else. I don't know if some of you have already seen people standing in your room at night or about to, like Men in Black, whatever. You're going to be seeing something, shadows, whatever. Some of you have already seen. Know that you are protected. Right, is there anything else you would like me to say? Something about the Houthi knowing when they're going to strike next and protecting the ships. Because it's going to cause world crisis and distribution of goods. Lebanon waits for, I'm seeing that white apartment block come down again. Talks will fail. Hezbollah wish to push on. Houthi will be blocked by air. But there will be sea battles. 5 sea battles to come up. And a fire on a ship in the next 3 months. Right, I've been asked to stop there. We've got Mary here as well. Now, Mary, I got a light on probably. We've talked about Mary, who I've seen, with the red hair, who's supposedly leading this revolt of women in the world, which is fine by me, as in standing up for themselves. So breaking down patriarchy. So along with male angelic. So, bringing balance into the world finally. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I am going to leave you with this, though, which I thought was hilarious. I had a really, really bad night with the fits. I usually fall on the floor fitting, and there's nothing anyone can do. And I had a fit where I couldn't. Sometimes I've had food in my mouth and I'm really fitting, oh my God, can't swallow, can't do anything, and I'm really frightening. And I couldn't sit up. And occasionally I have had a glass of wine to help me, which it does. I don't care what anyone says, it does. It stops part of the brain that interferes with the midbrain, executive brain. Sometimes it just stops it, okay? And I have been guided occasionally to have that, yeah? So follow the clue as well, by the way. That's another one. And I couldn't sit up. It disrupts my life. Every night I had one outside in a restaurant. It was really embarrassing. Try and hide that shaking, and oh, it was awful. And I went to bed worn out. I was exhausted by the end of the night. I went to bed, and now we know I have these celebrity spirits come in, deceased, and I just remember shouting to my son, "Oh my God, Marilyn Monroe is walking through the hallway. Oh my God." No, I really had my Marilyn Monroe. Happy. I've got a happy here. And I'd been watching a whole load of stuff on YouTube about it. The last one I watched was a month ago or so. She suddenly appears, and she comes up to me dressed for the nines, and she's got a glass of champagne, the old style, and she puts it to my lips, and she goes, "There you go, sugar." And then off she went. I think it's because I loved it in that movie, Some Like It Hot. Yeah, and she plays the character Sugar in there, so it may be relevant to something. But it was really nice. So I just get in the happy. We've got happy, so she made me happy. I thought it was fantastic. Anyway, that's just by the by. I thought I'd throw that in. It gets crazy here. It gets really crazy. So I'm going now. I hope you have got something out of that. Remember, it is for entertainment purposes only. I have to say that. Yeah, so don't go worrying. It's about getting us nope. Oh, nope. So it's about getting us off these timelines. Some events are fated, obviously. We can't do anything about that. They're to correct the passage of the world and the people on it, and to bring things into alignment. So there are some things we can't get off, but this is to inform, it's to help us to change and to learn from these things that happen, not to frighten or scare. But that's what it's all about. So if you want angelic communication coaching, if you want to learn how to communicate with the angels, give readings, 4 o'clock we have here, anything like that, or you want to communicate, develop yourself as a psychic medium, all the links in the description. And I do intuitive empowerment coaching if you want help with your awakening with that as well. And if you want spiritual reading or you want angelic reading, all the links in the description. And finally, I'm training myself up to be a wellness coach as well. So I'm doing hypnosis at the moment. Really interested in that. And nutrition. I'll be doing some CBT. The works. I'm doing a lot of things, and I want to be able to help people that way too. So it's like 4 can't YouTube. So, but I need that. It keeps me. It also helps with my fits because it keeps me focused. There's that song again. Okay, somebody needs to hear that. They need to keep focused and wandering off the path. They need to keep focused on what they're doing. So that's important for somebody. It's also important for some governments. The governments and it's general in the world. The world's unfocused at the moment. It's not putting attention on the things it needs to. It's making excuses, I'm hearing. But anyway, if you want that, please contact me. And yeah, ESL. If you want help with your English, especially in business, I can do that for you as well. I'm a fully qualified TEFL ESL teacher. I am going to, fancy, we've got here as well, fancy, uh, I'm possibly eventually going to be teaching people how to do the English proficiency exam as well. So yeah, contact me if you want that. The last word we've got is tap. And that's the end of that because no more. Okay, so I hope you found that interesting. And yeah, you can join the memberships as well to watch these videos ad-free. And if you watch Orion, I'll be doing more videos on well, all sorts of things for that, exclusive videos. And we will also be doing, I'm going to test it out on the memberships first, about different types of things. And if they're like, then I'll release those videos on, you'll get to watch them first on Orion though, and there'll be a delay as to when they come out, about, I'm going to be studying the Book of Enoch. Desperately interested in that. A lot of herbal stuff as well, to do with magic and all sorts of different Egyptology with that, all sorts of things I'm being asked to look at, and it's to help clients with the coaching. So, okay, if you would like straight life coaching from me as well, you can get that too. I'll put a link for that as well in the description. We can marry the spiritual, or you can just get straight life coaching. I love doing career life coaching in particular. So if you want that, you can have that. Okay, I don't know where that's come from, but I'm being asked to give that. So if you want that, yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm going. I shall see you next time, and take care of yourselves. Okay then, see you later. Bye.